Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's Intuitive Energy Update. I wasn't planning on being live for another 5 minutes or so, but the guidance has been coming through strong. Just a second here. I messed that up. Okay. The guidance has been coming through really strong that I was meant to connect now. So here I am. Smoke, smudge, white sage is burning right now to clear our away our eternal energetic to source. So clearing any debris that is in our energy field that is inhibiting our direct line to source, which is always active and open. So let's see. I just shared that. I'm going to shut this computer down. There's so much going on today. It is December the 6th as we connect, and we are about 14 hours away from our Sagittarius new moon. And it's a biggie, folks. I'm sure you're feeling it, and I'm sure you have been feeling the transient nature, if you will, of energy in the last few days, few weeks, in fact. Today we have Mercury stationing and going direct. So for those of you who may have been having issues with communication, not so much technology-wise, but your communication with other human beings, you're going to feel a lightening up as we move forward. Let me just grab some water here. So the smoke you see is white sage, and the intention of the burning of this white sage as we connect today is to okay, sorry, my phone just rang. I had to send it to voicemail. The intention of working with this white sage this morning is to clear our direct line to source so that we are receiving in the highest capacity that we have the ability to. Hello, Evelina. So now the house line starts ringing. I think they want to get me. But I will get back to that. So I'm guided here today to just share some messages, what's coming through intuitively. There is so much, it feels like this building of energy within each of us and within the collective mainstream as well. This week has been a bit of a turbulent ride for many of us, from, periods of intense dark to periods. So it's really important that you nurture yourself in each and every moment and really trust what it is that you need, and that trust your inner guidance to guide you to what is going to be most supportive and beneficial to you in each and every moment. What do I want to say? Well, this new moon is the beginning of four new moons, all at 15 degrees of their respective signs. So we have the new moon happening in 14 hours in Sagittarius, and then in January we're going to have the new moon in Capricorn, which is going to be an eclipse, that followed by the new moon in Aquarius and Pisces, all at 15 degrees. 1 + 5 = 6. This is the most important time in your lifetime to take care of your needs: health, family, home. What is your divine purpose? What is your mission for being here now? And alchemize your experience, alchemize through your experience. I've been guided to call this new moon, this Sagittarius new moon, alchemical elemental, which is speaking of who we are. So this is a very, very powerful time. Each of our following full moons are at 0 degrees of their respective sign. And so we have the one coming up with the solstice, the full moon in Cancer, followed by Leo, which will be an eclipse, Virgo, and Libra. Very important time for all of us to reset absolutely every single thing that we are doing, to really alchemize through our physical experience. Good morning, everyone. To transform through our physical experience so that we have moved beyond the limitations, restrictions, and confines of time and space. And we are free flowing through our heart mind. So this is very, very exciting times right through here in North America, the winter season, and over in the south. In the south, it will be through your summer season. This is incredibly powerful times we live in. And the incredible power that we're seeing rise to the surface is as a result of the individual and collective healing work that we have each been doing. So just at the top here, before I get into working with some cards, the angels again, I want to just let you share with you and let you become aware of some of the things that I have been guided to facilitate, host, and offer over the coming season. So we do have our 4 full moon circles. Events have been created for those. If you would like to be a part of those, starting with the solstice full moon, the Cancer full moon, the four part of circles is $144, or one circle at $44 a circle. Secondly, I will be creating some new moon circles to carry us into the new year. So if you'd like to get a part of those, you can be a part from starting today with our Sagittarius new moon, again for $144, or if you're just going to jump in the new year with the Capricorn new moon, $111 for the 3 circles. Also, through the month of December, Christmas gift to you or your friends, family, loved ones, whatever. I am guided to offer some angelic support readings. So if you're interested in that, that is $44, as well as Magdalene messages. Hello, Beverly, from the Sacred Sisterhood of the Magdalene Order. And those are $55. All links for all of that I've just said will be in the comments below. So if you're interested in any of those services, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm here to support you through your personal process as we continue to ascend collectively. Hello, Joanne. So let's see. Take a breath. Take a deep breath. I'm going to just light this sage up a little bit more here. So many of you will be feeling really rapid shifting in your physical body at this time. Yesterday was a very interesting day. I woke up with the sunrise and it was beautiful. It was spectacular. And within 5 minutes, there was evidence all over the sky of geoengineering. And without getting too tinfoil hat-like, this is real and it's happening. Within an hour of witnessing that in the sky, I struggled all day yesterday with intense headache, radiating from left to right, back and forth. I didn't even want to talk. It was so uncomfortable. It did shift by late last evening, around 9 o'clock or so. I felt measurable shift in that energy. So first and foremost, what it led me to believe is that those of us who are highly sensitive to energies are greatly affected by the environment and what's going on in our environment. So again, it's very important for each of us to trust what our inner guidance is telling us that we need and what will support us. No longer is this a time for rigid regimes like, we have to cleanse and detox and purify following steps A, B, C, and D, right to the end. This is about us becoming, really embracing our path of mastery. We're in the final month of a master year. So step into it now. Step into it now, and you are encouraged and supported to do so. We are in this, I want to say, this electric field right now, incredibly high vibe, and we are called to hold our highest frequency of light. So again, rest as needed, making sure that you are drinking pure water. And I prefer from a glass source than anything else. Making sure that you are getting and spending time in nature, even if you have to bundle up in 5 or 6 layers, getting out and just breathing in the support that's there for you. When you're dealing with a day like we had here in my part of the world yesterday with lots of geoengineered skies, it's also important to notice how you're feeling. And I think yesterday I've always felt, certain things going on in my physical body when these skies are active. Yesterday was extreme. So I feel that there is this energy of deception ramping up, if you will, as more and more are coming home to that inner light within, that eternal guide, that purified connection to source. And we're beginning to connect the dots, if you will, make sense of things. And if it doesn't feel right and it doesn't sound right, it very likely is not right for you. So trust your inner guidance and trust how it is that you are being called to care for you during these times. I don't even know, during these times of deception in the skies. It's so much more than that, though. And no, I feel like a part of this new moon, as well as the coming full and new moons, is really about each of us seeing clearly our own magic, seeing and feeling clearly our gifts, our medicine. And we are called to use that in each and every aspect of our life, really and truly. No more are we to deny what we feel, what we know, the wisdom we have. It's meant to be shared, and to be shared in an expansive way. There's a lot of big shifts happening in the upper chakras at this time. And what is going to support us to integrate these shifts and to integrate the new incoming light codes, downloads, whatever you want to call it. It's really, again, this is where nature comes in. So we've done a lot of work on our lower chakras for years, and in particular this year. We've done tons of work clearing out those lower chakras, whether we have been active participants in it or not. We certainly have been encouraged to clear away the lower vibrations of guilt, shame, and all that stuff that comes from not truly healing. And now, as we make this final transition through this last month of 2018, I feel the upper chakras are really feeling it. And again, Joanne, I see that you're saying that you had a headache in your third eye and ringing in your ears. I often find that ringing in the ears is, again, it's like tuning a channel, a radio station. What are those shortwave radios? Tuning a radio station, and we're receiving. And when this is happening, again, it's most important to make sure that you are feeling connected to your roots, feeling your stability on your own 2 feet as planted on Mother Earth. And today you'll notice I was guided to stand for this connection, where oftentimes I'm sitting. But I feel like, we are guided to shift things around. And when we're sitting, we're kind of blocking our ability to flow. So going forward, taking care of yourself and knowing if you're feeling a lot of stuff up here, to really breathe that in, breathe it down, make that connection to Mother Earth so that you can begin to draw up through your roots the supportive energy of Mother Earth, which is really encouraging us to live like a child of the earth, a magical child, a magical, I'm feeling and seeing stardust. It's like a magical child who just came to this earth, this planetary realm, to play and have fun. And there is this big call and this last push of healing, connecting us to our inner child consciousness. Where are we still holding on? Oh, Karina, that is so nice. Oh my gosh. You are so beautiful. I've got tingles all over my body. You are very welcome. It was my pleasure. I actually just came across your reading. There's been a big call to clear out stuff, and back in the day I used to type out all the messages I brought forth. That shifted, thankfully, for ease of time and everything. And so I was clearing out some of my electronic files and came across a whole whack of messages from 2012, 2013, right up to 2015 when I shifted to video format. So what are you here for? What is that magical, beautiful, pure inner child of yours wanting to create? Because the whole entire universe is conspiring for us to get creative now, get busy having fun. And getting busy having fun doesn't look busy at all. Busy having fun is joyfully creating. I'm feeling like skipping and dancing and singing our way through our days. Gratitude. I cannot stress enough the importance of the practice of gratitude each and every day before you open your beautiful human eyes. Spend some time and give thanks for another day of life, another opportunity to serve, another opportunity to play and create magic in your unique way. As we move through the cycles of these next 4 or 5 moons, it's really about each of us moving into full-on acceptance of our glorious uniqueness. What is it? What is our magic? Yes, playfulness. Dr. Seuss keeps popping in. What is the magic? What is our magic? What is our magic pill, if you will? That takes us on this magic carpet ride of life, that has us, I want to say, flying downhill instead of trudging uphill. What has you letting go and saying, this is it. This is the most beautiful, magical life that I can live. And if you're not, then let's get you on that path so that you can, because the more of us that step onto that playful path of the heart, guided by the inner child within, through the balance, divine masculine and feminine, the more of us that can get on that path, anchored into that frequency, the more, what do I want to say? The easier our life becomes, the more magical life becomes, the more abundant our life becomes. We are so supported. And I feel like through our ability in the next little while, and this is a strong message that keeps coming through our ability in the next little while to allow our inner child to come out and play and create, to allow our passionate, sensual, sexual, divine feminine to come out and play, and to, I want to say, tease and entice that strong and powerful divine masculine within to come out and play. The more quickly, the more easily we do this, the more we allow this to happen, the sooner we are able to start seeing our soul family and our tribe coming in. Those who support us, those who resonate with our frequency, those who we are here to support and those who are here to support us energetically and otherwise. And if we're hiding ourselves, if we're not allowing our light to shine and be seen, how is our tribe going to find us? Yes, look, it's so perfect. Archangel Gabriel. Art. What is the art that your heart wants to create? And again, I can't stress enough this message of creation and manifestation and our ability to manifest our heart's deep desires. It's right here. It's at our fingertips, they're saying. Our physical eyes only see so much. And what is really clarifying for us now is our inner eye, our ability to perceive things beyond what the physical eye is seeing. So we're pretty limited with our physical senses. And yet when we tune into our higher senses, if you will, what we see with the inner senses is so much more expansive than, like right now with my physical eyes, I can see my backyard. I see cedar trees. I see, an angel back there, some birdhouses and a tree and the house behind. Okay, but if I am to close my eyes, what can I see? I can see all of what I just described to you, and I can also see this glowing golden and purple light in my third eye. And I can feel the tree as opposed to seeing the tree. And I can feel, the plants and the natural world and the wind on my face, on my skin. So we're called inward to heighten our sense of perception. Perception keeps coming up these days. Sacred geometry keeps coming up too. I mean, it's who we are, right? It's how we're guided. And so for me, every day, all day, it is number sequences, whether it's 1010, 1001, 1111, 1212, 111, 212. I mean, it's non-stop. And I'm sure many of you are seeing this as well. And so trust that the guidance and support that's there for you is nonstop. Trust that you are seeing clearly through the eyes of your heart, through that inner eye, which sees multi-dimensions all at one time. Take time for yourself. Take time to nurture yourself. I mean, it feels like, in a lot of ways, there's been similar messages flowing through for as long as we've been connected here on Facebook, back in 2012 to now. And yet now it's like this one message that keeps coming through over and over and over is trust. Do you trust yourself enough to allow your creative genius, that inner child, to come out and play and show themselves to the world? And I really hope you do, because this is a time of completion. We have completed a cycle. We have completed a karmic cycle. We have completed a cycle, or we are completing a cycle of clearing through our bloodline. Through our bloodline. I've been guided to wear some rose quartz and bloodstone. It actually arrived for me 2 days ago. And so I had it sitting outside, just aligning and clearing and charging, all this kind of stuff. And I've been guided to put it on today and keep it on. And it sits right on top of my Ankh, which is the key of life. This is bloodstone and rose quartz. We are guided to love every aspect of ourselves and to once and for all step through this gateway of completion, knowing that we have done very good work. And now it's really time for us to align with our, I want to say advanced DNA, our higher chakra system. Back in 2012, before it was very mainstream amongst the spiritual community, I was receiving messages about our 12 strands of DNA and how they have been activated. And yet, although it was activated and planetary karma had been cleared, it was down to each and every one of us to take the step by step to follow our process and do the work so that we can actually spiral into that expanded level of consciousness, into this expanded human, galactic human, divine human DNA system. So I feel like, yeah, you're highly elusive, creative genius. And, you know, I can totally relate with that statement, Evelina, because that is what I feel. Like, I do feel that I am this healing artist and I've got so much love to share and so much I want to express. And yet, you know, she hides and she's got like piles of things everywhere of like creative projects she started and yet never really brought them to life. So it's so important that we complete this karmic cycle. Very good, Beverly. That sounds wonderful. It's really important that we know we have completed this karmic cycle and to step into that high heart energy. And this is where I feel the shift we've always talked about, working below the heart, and clearing that. And now it's this big shift from the high heart up. And then again, anchoring that. Follow the purity of your heart. Follow your own bright, shining star. Oh my God, this is so great. So I didn't even look at these cards, but they also came through for here. And we have clarity. We were already talking about that. Our perceptions are changing. When we close our physical eyes and see with our inner eyes, we see a whole different world. We see a whole different world. And so, and, you know, working with the sacred smoke like we were doing at the beginning of this connection today, clarifying our eternal and ever-present connection to Source. So know that you're doing good. Know that you're doing good. The affirmations you're doing, the healing work you're doing, the meditation you're doing, the sharing you're doing. This is good work. And it's supporting everybody in settling into the flow of the divine mystery. I mean, gosh, humans think we know everything, right? And yet those of us who are awake, we know we don't know. We only know a small part of it. And if we're only viewing through the perceptual lens of our limited human experience, gosh, we're really missing out. We are really missing out. Again, this card, it's so beautiful. I feel like cosmic connections here and deep earth connections through the purity of your heart. It's always the purity of your heart. Allowing this color here, all this orange here, is the energy of the creative genius. It is the energy of that sacral chakra, sensual, passionate, creative, fiery. And in many cases, the reason that so many of us, women in particular, there may be men here that can resonate with it as well, particularly for us as women though, like we have been, it's funny, I was listening to the astrology report from Kaipacha, New Paradigm Astrology. I shared it here on this page yesterday, so have a listen if it's something that resonates with you. But I giggled through the whole thing because he was talking about, you know, back in the day when it was Adam and Lilith. You know, Lilith was this fiery, sensual, sexual, passionate, strong woman who was not going to be under the thumb of anyone. And that was too much. That was way too much for Adam, the man, to handle. So he traded her in. And then we got Eve, you know, and she's quite meek and mild and, you know, under the belief that we were created from Adam's rib. I mean, come on. We all know the story of creation, and it doesn't go like that. So I feel like there's this call for us, and I've been feeling the energy of Lilith around a lot as well. This call for us to get back to that that fiery passion, and to embrace all aspects of ourself. Yes. To embrace all aspects of ourself, the sensual, the sexual, the woman full of desire, the woman full of dreams and creative fire. Let that all come to the surface and allow it to know that it is your power. It is your power. It's your solar power. And when I say solar, I mean it as in SOULAR, solar. And you know, without feeling like, I feel like there's a big call to take the pressure off yourself. As women, we always feel, oh, I need to work on that. Oh, I need to get better at that. No, you just need to be present for yourself and love yourself, and, you know, show dedication and reverence to yourself. Give yourself permission to take a break. Give yourself permission to play. Give yourself permission to sing your song. Use your voice. Find your voice. Give yourself permission, and know that, you know, the true work of our heart is not work at all. It's joyful creation. It's joyful celebration. It's playful creation and celebration. Mother Earth. Yes. Yes. You know, we can get so hung up in our humanness on wanting to know what our extraterrestrial roots are. And yes, we are all star seeds. Every one of you connecting with any of these messages are a star seed. You came here from the cosmos, a galaxy far, far away. Yes, for sure, we all did. And yet we get hung up in wanting to know, are we Palladian? Are we Arcturian? Are we from Orion? All of this kind of stuff. And it still seeks to separate us. We're from all of that. And more recently, I've been guided to Sirius. I love Sirius, and Venus was just spectacular in the morning sky yesterday with a little sliver of a crescent moon. Sirius, though, you know, like it's funny, I'm going to get to that. There's a lot coming in. So, you know, language, the spoken word, has really limited our understanding of so many things. So Sirius, speaking of the star system, the stars, in our human understanding, Sirius is like, okay, I got to be focused. I got to get to work. I got to, you know, life is serious. Take this seriously. And what I've come to understand, the energy of the star, Sirius, the stars, it's like we've been tricked. Everything's been flipped for us in the human mind, or through the human mind. And it's really about joyful creation. What are you here to create? What fun are you here to have? And again, to trust the beauty of your galactic heart in human form. So this is just beautiful confirmation of what's already come through, is that Mother Earth supports us. We are children of the earth who came here to create. Look how fertile this energy is in that solar plexus and sacral chakra region. Fertile, fertile, myrtle. Look at that. You're abundant with life force energy. Is your life force energy fluid and flowing and moving? Or is there still a block somewhere? Is there still a log across the dam of your heart? I want to say damming up the energy of your heart. It's time to remove that if you haven't. And if you have, and even if you haven't, getting to nature is a wonderful place to start, because nature's so beautifully, I think many of you who know me know I just have a real affinity and connection to Mother Earth. And I just love how nature reflects to us who we are and what we're going through. And sometimes the lake, I live on the shores of Lake Ontario, sometimes the lake is very clear. And then there's times like this morning, I haven't shared that video yet. It was wow, it was anything but clear. The water was coming all the way up to the retaining wall. The whole shoreline had been changed. The water was coming up on the roots of some trees that have been exposed, and that had all iced over. And it's like, this is representative of us as organic beings. As an energy body, we are always changing. We are always transforming. I feel transformed and changed through this connection here today. I feel so lit up. Yeah, you can see my house. I know, it was like, it's really dense out there today. And yet, 3 days ago, I sat and witnessed the most spectacular sunset I've seen in a long time. Perfect. This is a time of release. We're almost through autumn here in North America, where we've got like 2 weeks left, I think, and then we're into solstice season, winter, so use this time, use this energy to release and let go, because I see this crow, or it could be a raven. It's magic, regardless of whether it's a crow or a raven. We know such... Oh my gosh. And this feels like that inner child, the inner child. And regardless of how great our childhood was, because I know some of you had wonderful childhoods and, you felt loved all the time. Still, at some point in this incarnation, in the physical body that you now call home, at some point in time, there was a disconnect. And that disconnect usually flowed from our desire and our need to be accepted and to be loved by others. So many of us were conditioned to allow only the good parts of ourselves to be seen. And if we were too rambunctious and too out there, if our little spirit was out there and was like loving being seen, and then that was uncomfortable for some of the adult children in our lives, then we were suppressed. We were put into the corner, if you will, or, swept under the rug. That's out there. That's out there. Stop being such a show off. So release and let go of what you need to. Narani, I'm not doing personal messages here at this time, but perhaps I should do a connection one time where we can get together and connect for all of us and chat about the empath and the narcissist and those types of relationships. I will say I am a survivor who is now thriving after a very challenging time in my life, and it wasn't so long ago. So if that is something that you would be interested in being shared here on this page, comment below and let me know if we want to have a discussion about the empath and the narcissist and the relationship between the two, because I do feel that is important. The final 2 cards that we receive from the ancestors and angels, and we didn't receive any angel cards, we received all ancestral cards. We got the Elder, which came through already for messages for this Sagittarius new moon. And then we have the Hermit. So I'm seeing a lot of yes about the conversation around the narcissist and the empath relationship. How about we meet back here tomorrow about 24 hours or so from now, and we'll do a live about that, okay? But you have to engage with me. You have to engage with me, and we'll have open dialogue back and forth here through the comments, okay? Because I do find, and I'm just going to say this now before I talk about this, I do find that there has been a real dwindling energy on the page with respect to engagement back and forth between myself and those who follow the page, who are supported by the page. I would love if you see something here, like it, comment on it, share it, because, you know, social media, Facebook is not doing that. So it's up to us to support one another. And if you have a space that you would like me to support, let me know, because I'm all about open exchange. But I mean, I've been sharing posts on the page, and literally I've been being told that 33 people see them. So that's not very supportive. So if you have there's a page you like and you like the content, be active on that page and support the flowing energy exchange. So aside from this elder, and I feel like it is the wise elders, our ancestors, as well as our higher self, that are encouraging us at this time to connect with that inner child consciousness. And this says move beyond ancestral patterns. That's also what we would, that would be great, Beverly. Anytime. As soon as I'm done, let me know. Although I have to make that phone call or see what they want. This is about moving beyond ancestral patterns. We've already discussed that. Clearing through the bloodline, moving into our expanded level of consciousness, into our higher strand DNA, our galactic, if you will. I want to say our galactic divine human, because we're so much, we're not just one thing. It's our mind that continues to limit us time and time and again. And yet we get this wise elder that says, no, your time is done. Patterns are to be cleared through you. And this is why, for many of us, the intensity of the experience is intense. It's intense because we are clearing lifetimes. We are clearing timelines and moving into that energy of no time, no space, the eternal now moment. Get back to your roots. And this it has me back to that idea that as humans evolved, we actually devolved. And what I mean by that is we all of a sudden, spoken language, the spoken word was our way to communicate, where in the past we would have communicated through signs and symbols, through drawing, through glyphs, through different ways of telepathy, different ways of communicating. So I do feel, and this guy is indicative of it, that a part of the call for us is to move into that still silent place within us. And for those of you who are in North America, like I am, it really feels like this next 4-month period is about that, the deeper inner journey. And it's not about, we still have so much healing to do or anything like this. It is about fine-tuning our connection to source and the way that connection inspires and motivates us to create. Yeah, we can all talk too much, right? And with Mercury now stationing, going direct, communication is going to pick up again. And some of us may want to go back into our little cabin in the woods and not talk to anybody. Perhaps, with our journal, with our crew, with God and the angels, with the trees, and all of that good stuff. So I brought 2 more decks of cards here, but I don't feel like I'm guided to use. Actually, they said pull 1 card, Lisa. So, okay. I was going to say I don't feel like I'm guided to. Apparently that shifted, and there's the card. Friendships. This is so important, right? Are you friends with yourself? Do you like yourself? Do you enjoy your company? It's time. I'm hearing it's time, sweet child. It's time. And through your friendships and your connection to Uriel, who is an angel of earth as well. And we got that Mother Earth energy. Connect with your elemental friends. Befriend yourself. And you do that through loving action, through commitment to your path, and dedication to that path. Oh, this is great. I feel there's one more, so let me just pull the one more before I show you these two cards. Let me just tell you, we've got root, sacral and root activity happening here. There's the third card, and more root. First card I see. Haven't we already been talking about this? Sensuality. This is sacral chakra, carnelian. If you have carnelian, folks, that is a strong crystal energy that's coming through at this time, which is really going to support your acceptance of your sensual nature and acceptance of your emotional body and acceptance of your ability to create that which you deeply desire. This is a number 13, the number of the divine feminine. And again, we've been deceived through numbers, right? Through eons of time, we have been deceived, and what we have perceived has been warped, and in fact, in many cases, completely flipped. This is a very auspicious number, a very lucky number, the lucky number 13. Yeah. Water, fire, I've been feeling the air element a lot, but you know, this openness, sharing, beauty, and honor. And again, I come back to that energy. Are you loving yourself? Do you like yourself? Are you a friend of yourself? Or are you, you know, is the mental body really limiting your complete understanding and acceptance of your own beautiful self? Physical health, number 5. Number 5, what are you called to change? I believe that we might have got this last week in this reading as well. What is it that you need to change? Step by step by step. The number 5 is also the energy, the number of this month, the number of change. Are you daily making a small change in your relationship with self, in your that's really what they're saying, your relationship with self. What changes are you called to make in your physical body? Because your physical body is your guide. Your physical body is your home of your eternal soul. Your physical body is always seeking to operate optimally. So again, I'm going back, they're showing me, I just got a little bit of ache in my hips. It's like, you know, ow, if you're feeling pain in your body, this is a good, you know, indication that there's some blocked energy, perhaps blocked thought patterns as well. So this speaks about vitality, strength, body image, and balance. And, you know, in both of these images, we see, you know, the naked woman who, you know, the naked woman, it like, I feel like this fierce goddess energy, you know. She's wearing a crown, she's wearing a skirt and maybe some jewelry around her waist, and she's naked from above the waist, and you know, she's embracing, she's completely confident in who she is and what she brings to the table. I feel like we're called to love ourselves in that way. Are you ready to put on your tiara and your crown and allow yourself to be seen? Not just from the waist down or the waist up, fully. Are you fully allowing yourself to be seen? Here we have the number 4, and I go back to this sensuality. So both of these cards, it's root and sacral, although we have been discussing a lot in this video about like upper chakra energy. This speaks of the importance to connect the upper chakra energies to the lower chakras, because the lower chakras have been through major transformation. They're clear, you know, in many cases, they have been cleared out and space has been created for the new. And this 4, 13 can be 4, and 4 is 4. This is like new foundations. These next number of moons are all about you, revealing, not revealing, being born anew. Being born anew. And you are on solid ground is what I want to say. And the foundations you are building are strong. And the foundations you are building are based on your truth and a living in alignment with that truth. And they're anchored through your heart, which gives them strength. If they're not, they will crumble. They will crumble. And I can assure you, if you're struggling now at the end of this year and you need some support, don't hesitate to reach out, because the call has never been so strong to move freely into the new year. Like, we start with an eclipse on January 5th. Okay? This is big news. These are epic times that we're living in. This speaks about safety, shelter, nurturing, and warmth. Do you feel safe and secure in your presence? Are you nurturing yourself and showing yourself love? Shelter's taken care of for you, right? Shelters, most of you who are connected with me likely have a home base. So you're taken care of in that way. Within your home, are you taking care of yourself? Are you resting when need be? Are you reaching out for help? Are you going within and speaking with your angels and the light beings that are there supporting you? Are you connecting with the natural world? This is all so very important. And it's from this space that we are nurtured to expand and to grow through our gifts of creation in the here and now. So I feel like that is that for these messages today. I thank you so much for being here. I'm going to share again in the comments below. If you're watching this before December the 7th, there's still time for you to join our Sagittarius New Moon Circle. I believe the playlist so far consists of 4 video messages, lots of guidance coming through. Link will be in the comments below as well for Magdalene messages and angel messages. Links in the comments below, and stay tuned to this page for the full moon events, which have already been posted, and the new moon events through the first quarter of 2019, which will be posted later today or tomorrow. I hope to see you back here tomorrow. Let's pick a time. How about 12 noon tomorrow? We will connect back here and speak about the energetic connection and relationship between the empath and the narcissist. So bring your stories of survival, because tomorrow our connection is going to help you thrive and cut that connection, cut those ties if they're still active in your life. So I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thanks for being here now. Don't forget, like, comment, share, thumbs up, hearts. And I'll answer that question. I'll comment below. Someone asked me if I'm taking care of myself. Yes, I am taking care of myself. You likely missed the beginning of the message when I was speaking about some of the symptoms I had been experiencing in the last couple days. But I'll touch base with you and thank you for your concern. I'm sending you all love, light, respect, and gratitude. Take good care and shine on, beautiful sisters and brothers of the heart. Shine on. Peace.